Hi, I'm doing a little work on my 300 TD, that's Tango Delta. That's a 1980 Mercedes diesel station wagon. I've had it on here before. Doing some electrical work today. My blower motor crapped out on me. And you're not familiar with where it is. That's the passenger compartment, and it's up under there. And I thought, what the hell, since I'm in there, why not rip out a bunch of wires? So that pile right there I didn't need. There's the blower motor housing. And the real switch for the thing, well, that's been gone for quite a while. I just jury-rigged another switch. But what happened is the brushes went out on the motor, and it just wouldn't run at all. So I got it sitting over here, and there's the motor without the brush part. I turned it on the lathe, got a little shiny. And there's the brush holder. You can see I've been grinding the brushes with sandpaper, and I'm just about to see if they'll all fit together. So put it back together. I got the brushes at a vacuum cleaner store out of his junk pile. Now here's the old brush, and you see it's pretty short, and these are a little longer, and they were too thick, and I had to sand them to get them to fit in the holders, which are right there. You see the little pigtail fits through the spring. I'll show you that in a minute. Well, I didn't show it, but I just went downstairs and soldered the pigtails to the brush mounts. You have to unsolder these little copper things, and then they run through the mount to the brush. So this one has a capacitor, has coils and a little capacitor in between. I guess that's for radio interference suppression. And here's the two leads that go to the car. Mercedes shows ground as brown. Well, I got the brushes in, and this part here on the back, the plate you have to take to get off to get to the brushes, it's like crimped on at the factory, so you got to use a chisel or file away right along there on the edges to get it out. So I just put it together to test it and put it in the car, and yes, it works. So now I'm going to bang it a couple of times with a chisel to seal it, and then put it back in its plastic case and reinstall it, and hopefully it'll run for a couple more years. I hope. I also have to put it back in the plastic, which I'll show you in a minute. Okay, using my precision chisel here. And you just gotta knock a little metal. Well, as they say, good enough for a government worker. You can't see it from the beltway. It doesn't appear to be loose. Probably not optimum, but it's the way I'm going to use it. Oh boy. Okay, I got carried away and didn't show you putting the plastic on. Basically, you got to pull the wires through here and then put this little piece on afterwards. Just a little. You'll see it when you do it. And this, there's no pin or anything holding this, and it's not indexed. So when you take this off, you kind of just, how did I get it off? Oh yeah, when I had the motor out, I set this part down on 2 boards and tapped gently in the middle, and it came right out. And to put it back in, I had the thing assembled, and the bottom here, you set it against something solid, because that's the axle, and then you gently push this on to start it. Then I stuck it in my drill press and used it as a press to press it in. So not hard at all to do. If you have any problems when I was getting it off, I put a heat gun on it very gently to warm up the plastic. Plastic gets soft when you heat it, and it expands a little bit, and it came right off. It was real easy. So let's see if this darn thing works. Mercedes uses a fairly nice, it's like a tape, a cloth tape, impregnated with some kind of goo, and that's what they wrap their wires with. Fairly nice. It gets all over your hands. It's kind of messy. I use vegetable oil on my hands first to loosen it, and then it comes right off. These are some components I dug out of the climate control system. These right here, this is a electrically controlled vacuum switch. Two of them, and they're paired up in a logic arrangement with these. Now that use electricity to control the vacuum, and these use vacuum as to control a switch. So they have a complicated logic between solenoid actuated vacuum valves and vacuum actuated switches. And it's very complicated, and it no longer exists in my car. And took all this wiring out. The car runs just fine, doesn't have air conditioning, doesn't have climate control, but it runs just fine. And the blower motor works, which is what I did with this video. So anyway, I'll put that around, because who knows when you're not going to need a vacuum controlled switch or a solenoid powered vacuum valve. I mean, you might just need one any day. All right, thanks for watching. Keep your cars running, guys. As I uploaded this video to edit it, I discovered I hadn't actually shown a picture or shown footage of the blower motor working, and some people might not believe me. So I'm back in the car the next day. It's a rainy day. It's not as nice as it was yesterday, and here's the blower motor running. Now I'm going to turn off the ignition so you can hear it. Actually, it's not ignition, it's a diesel, but anyway. And there's the button I jury-rigged. It used to be the air conditioning button. Whoops. That's got to be there. And it blows good. So there. I'm so happy to get this job done.